Hey Paula, welcome to Birmingham, Alabama, the Magic City. We are so thankful that you and Kraft Philadelphia Cream Cheese is allowing us this fabulous challenge. You know, we bakers and cookers, we just absolutely love and have a passion for what we do. And this will give us an opportunity for millions of people around the world to step into our kitchen and see what we do. We cook, we bake, and we create. And today I have a special recipe that I'd like to share with everyone. The challenge that you've given us this week has been a side dish. So one of our specials around our home is what I call wheezy, cheesy potatoes au gratin. Now, what you're going to find whenever I start showing everything, that I use a little dry ingredients. I use a lot of dry ingredients. But I have a very special surprise for you as soon as I finish. So at this time I'd like to get started and begin showing out what we have to offer. Okay, now we're going to get started. We're going to start with a cup of milk, hot milk. Now I like to keep it hot because in just a few minutes we're going to add our cream cheese to it. And that's going to help make it a little bit softer for us. So we're going to start with our cup of hot milk. We have 2 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese. We're going to add that. We're going to kind of stir. We also have 2 teaspoons of celery flakes. I'm going to add that to it. Now you'll notice I'm using a lot of dry ingredients. Well, that's my surprise. Next we're going to add 1/2 teaspoon of garlic salt. Next, we're going to add 1/2 teaspoon of minced onions. Now, you can use any of these products that I'm talking about, or any of the vegetables or the spices that we're using. You can use fresh, but I have a way for our surprise that I'm going to have for you. I use it that way. Okay, now we're going to add a little bit of salt. That's good enough right there. A little bit of pepper. Okay, we're going to mix all that up real good. Now if you'll notice, it's kind of soupy. Well, there's a reason. Because all of those ingredients that I just put in there was actually made for a soup that I created about 6 months ago. And I like to use all my recipes in multiple uses, not just for the potatoes or not just for the soup, but a lot of times I'll use them for like dips and things. So I'll take one recipe and just create about 5 or 6 of them. Okay, now next we're going to do is we're going to add our cream cheese. And again, it's real soupy. We're going to put that in there. Now we're going to put it on our mixer, and we're going to mix it. Mix that cream cheese in. And you can see it's still real soupy. And you better watch out because let me tell you, it will go everywhere. Okay. We're going to get it mixed up pretty good like that. But of course we don't want it soupy, so we have a little special thing that we're going to add to it. And we've got some white sauce. Now this is going to help us keep it thicken up a little bit. Okay, so we're going to add a little bit, and just add a little bit each time until we get the thickness that we really want. And I'm usually about 2 to 4 tablespoons. Now it's starting to thicken up real nice. Okay. Now that was about 3 tablespoons, I think. Okay, now let me show you what that kind of looks like. Okay. Now it's nice and thick. Okay. Now we're going to add our potatoes. Now, I like to use, you're going to use about 4 medium sized potatoes, but you got to make sure that you slice your potatoes real thin. because the thicker they are, the longer it's going to take to cook in the oven. So we don't want that. We want to make it quick, easy, and fast. And that's what I do with all of my recipes. It's got to be fast, quick, and easy. You know, whenever you're running children around everywhere, you got to be able to put out some food quick. So that's one of my criteria is quick and easy. Okay, now we're going to add our potatoes. We're going to add our bacon. We have 6 slices of crumbled bacon. Now we're going to also add I usually have about 2 to 3 cups of cheese, but that depends on you, on how much you want to add to it. And just throw it in there. We're kind of a cheesy kind of family, so we like it. We like lots of cheese. Now, we've got our dish. Make sure that you spray your dish real well, because you know how that goes. Okay, now we're going to add all of our cheese. Does that not look awesome? Look at there. Oh my goodness gracious. All that good food. Just wait till it comes out of the oven. Just kind of flatten it out a little bit. Okay, now we're going to top it with our cheese. And we really like to make it a pretty dish, and I think that you'll see that whenever we get finished. So I like to top it off with a little bit of chives. That just kind of makes it a little pretty, a little bit of texture. Oh, it's going everywhere. Okay. And there you have it, our wheezy, cheesy potatoes au gratin. And so we're going to place it in our oven at 350 degrees. Oh, yummy. And in just 35 minutes, you're going to have a scrumptious potatoes au gratin that is just to die for. Now, I believe that our wheezy, cheesy au gratin potatoes are ready. Let's check it out. Oh my goodness. Is that not the most beautiful dish that you've ever seen? Now let's take it out and see. Oh, wow. Is that not just scrumptious? Oh my goodness, it is just so wonderful. Now you remember, I told you I had a little surprise for you. Well, my mother always told me, Kathy, never go somewhere without taking a dish, without a gift along with it. So why I use all the dry ingredients is, while I'm at it, I make an extra little package. And in that, they have everything they need to make our wheezy, cheesy au gratin potatoes. So next time, you've got a little card for it you can take. It's got the recipe on it. Take that and give it to your hostess. Okay, now let's try and see what it looks like. Oh my goodness, look at that. Is that not just beautiful? And oh, and I can smell it. It's so tasty. Ah. Oh my goodness. That is just fabulous. Well, that's about all I have for you this week. But next week's challenge is an appetizer. And appetizers are great for parties. And you know us here in Alabama, we love football and we love to party. So until next week, I only have one thing left to say, and that is, roll, Tide, roll.